And we are back with Mr. Kwai Daniels. Kwai Daniels, did I get that right? I love the way he spells it. So Kwai, tell me, what is your biggest challenge when you're doing your movies? What's your biggest challenge?
Scheduling.
As
Scheduling.
far as
Um, I'm dealing with a lot of first time actors, a lot of friends, a lot of family, a lot of people that just can't give you all of their time.
okay,
So basically, I'm matching schedules. This person is a nurse. This person's a roofer. This person's a carpenter. It's like everyone has different schedules when they're off, when they're available, when they can do something. So a lot of times, casting is built around schedules too. Sometimes
okay.
I can't pair the best people up with each other because their schedules just don't match, you know?
Now,
So that's probably the biggest challenge is scheduling. I think another, well, I really don't have that problem more. It was a lot of challenges in the beginning,
mhm,
but a lot of those challenges I know how to get around. And that mainly comes with, like I said earlier, is keeping all the same actors that I've been working with. You do a casting call, everybody wants to be in a movie, but everybody doesn't know what really is required of them in a movie.
mhm,
They think it's all the results. They don't see the work that goes in there,
right.
like I've done scenes to where I had to be in a bar drinking, and I'm drinking tea, granted, but when you're doing like a 2 hour scene and you've drunk almost a gallon of tea, you know what I mean? Or say you're doing a scene where you got to run down one block, but you've got to do this 20 times, you know?
Oh,
A lot of people don't see those type of things, so it's like a lot of guys will show up on set thinking that it's something when it's not that. Or, a guy will show up and they think that they're able to ad lib. And I don't allow any ad libbing on any of my sets. Every word is chosen correct for the right reason,
mhm,
and every word is chosen for me to have editing and cut points. It's like when you write the story, you already see the end result on how you want to cut it. So if
okay.
someone wants to ad lib or not go with the pacing that you've already set up, it'll throw off the whole thing.
Wow. That's interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, so you've done two movies and now you're working on a series. So which one is your favorite?
I like working on series a little bit better because they're not as I get to do a lot more character development. I get to do a lot
Mhm,
more story development, and they're not as demanding as a movie. With a movie, you're probably going to want to tell it, even though you're probably filming it all over the place, you're going to tell it in a linear fashion, from start
okay.
to begin or from end to beginning, wherever you choose to do it. You know what I mean? But it's going to go in one direction for the most part.
Okay,
With a
so when you, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that was just kind of interesting. When you say end to beginning versus beginning to end, why is that?
Some movies like to start you right off in the midst of things. It
Mhm,
likes to start you right off and we've got to bury this body and do
okay,
this and do that. And now we got to get back to the backstory of why this happened. So,
okay,
so that's an end to beginning. Whereas you got a beginning to end to where it's going to start off and it's going to run from beginning to end on how it happened. You know what I mean? Some
okay.
filmmakers choose to tell their story from the middle out
Mhm,
and backwards, and then some people choose to tell it from the back to the forward, and then some people choose to tell it. Me, I jump all over the place as far as like my sequence
okay.
because I like to um I like to shoot thought scenes, flashbacks.
Mhm,
So if your character is going through something and I need to explain that a little bit more, we're gonna get to a scene that explains why you feel the way you feel,
okay,
your
okay.
inner thoughts.
Your inner thoughts. Okay.
Right.
Have you acted in any of your movies, or are you just kind of directing them and writing
I
them?
am in all my movies. I'm in all of them. 'Cause the thing is, okay, I was in my first movie, right?
Okay.
And everybody I seen, I was the lead actor in it. So everybody I seen is, hey, quiet this, that. So my second movie, I wasn't in it other than like I was maybe in like a 2 minute scene. I tried to do like a Stephen King thing where you just walk through a scene, right?
Okay.
No one knew I made that movie.
Oh
No one
my
knew I
goodness.
made that movie. So it's like everybody's walking around, watch this movie, and it's like no one, they think, most audiences think that the lead actor is the person that makes the movie, writes the movie, directs the movie, shoots the movie. Most people think the lead actor is the person that does everything. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, like, when you identify with a movie, you're like, what's that Tom Cruise movie? You're not thinking, what is that Steven Spielberg movie?
Okay.
You're thinking more along the lines of the lead actor of the movie as the
Right.
movie. And you're not thinking, what's that writer that wrote that so and so movie? You're thinking the actor. You know,
Okay.
a lot of people think actors just show up and they start acting and talking.
Okay.
No, they have to know the script, they have to know the lines, they have to know the cues. You know what I mean?
All right. So they'll know and keep everything kind of uniform, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, knowing the script is key because it's going to start off as a story. That's the blueprint.
Okay.
It's going to start off as a story, and if you can read that story and you can visualize that story,
Hmm.
then you can move it on to the next stage, which is actually filming it and turning it into a movie.
Wow. So Kwai, tell me, what advice would you give to new directors, new writers, new actors? Like if you wanted them to participate, what advice would you give to them?
Uh, just get out there and shoot. Just shoot, keep on shooting, you know, because if you really love this filmmaking stuff like I do,
Hmm.
I'm a student of it, you know.
Okay.
I'll never say, you know, I'm the best filmmaker, this, that, and the other. I'm the best writer, this, that, and the other. I'm best director, this, that, and the other, because I watch what other people do, and I watch a lot of old movies. You know, a lot of new movies they've got certain feels for them, but I watch old movies like Hitchcock, Stanley Kubrick,
Okay.
Roger Deakins, guys that they actually told a story with the camera and the actors and made it
Hmm.
what's called cinematic. A
Okay.
lot of movies right now are just movies. They're features. They're not cinematic. They don't, draw you in. So, like I said, I'm a student of it. So, with that in mind, I would suggest anyone that's making movies to always be a student of it and do it for the love and for the art of it. Don't do it for money because then you'll do it for all the wrong reasons. You'll lose your voice. You won't be able to be as creative as you possibly can be
Okay.
because you're too intent on satisfying a producer. Like all of my movies are self-produced. I produce all my own movies. I tried working on movies with other guys before,
Hmm.
and once money exchanges hands, it's too many there's too many ideals that are on the table
Okay.
that are a little bit difficult to iron out when you're looking at it from an artistic point and another person is looking at it from a financial point.
Okay. And that makes sense because they're looking at it like, okay, is this well enough for me to make some money off of? And you're going, that's not the whole point of the movie,
Oh
right?
yeah. Yeah, I mean you get a producer, he'll give you, X amount of money and you're making a movie and then out of nowhere he says, "We need 5 strip club scenes and 50 broads." And it's like, dude, that don't go with the story. It makes no sense. But that's what I want because that's what people are going to buy and that's what people are tuning in to watch. And it's like
Okay.
you come across those debates when it's the producer wants something that doesn't coincide with the story, and especially if you're the writer of the story, you
Hmm.
got a personal attachment to it, so you want it to be a certain way.
Yeah. Wow. So if someone wanted to reach out and get in touch with you, either to be a fan or follow you or talk to you about acting in your movies, how would we reach out to you?
Uh, my if you just put my name in on any Google search, all my stuff pops up. But you can find me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, um, YouTube.
Okay,
But mainly what I do a lot of my communicating through is Facebook.
okay, that
So
works.
a lot of my actors, which is something that I'm gonna do a piece on, which a lot of my actors I met through social media. So that's a way that a upcoming filmmaker can start, casting people, is just by building relationships with people that you're already, engaging with.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, Kwai, I got this one last question. Now, your new series, can you tell us the name of it and what it's about? Or
Uh,
not
it's called
yet?
it's called Body Bag Ohio. Um, we released the first 3 episodes in the theater. We
Okay,
have the we have the next 3 episodes we're going to release in the theater. Hopefully, before the next 3 come out, the first 3 will be up on streaming like Tubi, Peacock, and
mhm,
other streaming platforms. It's a crime drama based in Youngstown, Ohio. If you know anything about Youngstown, Youngstown is a mob city. Well, it used to be.
I've been there a couple of times.
Yeah, it's one of those cities to where it's a lot of poverty. Um, it's a lot of different things that's going on in the city. When the steel mills left,
Mhm,
the economy left, and it left the city kind of like almost like a Gary, Indiana. When the
okay,
steel mills left there, the city kind of like went into a slump. And, it's just now starting to kind of recover and do a few different things. But
mhm,
it's like I said, it's a crime drama based in that city. So it'll have a lot of those type of organized crime type things. Actually tap into a lot of the politics of the city. So I have characters that play mayors, councilmen, this, that, and the other, because I like to show that side of the coin as well,
okay.
to let people realize that, it ain't always, what you think on the other side. Those guys do grimy stuff too. Um, and we got the regular stuff that goes on: relationship, love, hate, revenge, jealousy, envy. That I think the thing that'll make it great is character development, allowing each character to actually be developed
Okay,
to where you can have an opinion about this character one way or the other. I'm not trying to get the characters in and out really fast to where it's like, well, what happened to that character and why that, we kind
yeah,
of get the character to where you're invested a little bit of time in the character before they either go up or go down, and that's the goal for each character as far as my style of writing is. I'm either going to start you on a low and take you to a high, or I'm going to
mhm.
start you on a high and take you to a low.
Well, I am going to have to do my research and see if I can watch this movie because I'm really interested now. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. I really, really appreciate it. Um, I'm gonna ask you at some point in the future to come back and tell us how you doing with your series and what's going on with you and all that good stuff.
I can do that. I appreciate you for having me.
Oh, this is awesome. Hey, this has been Nessyp. Quite tell us the name of the movie again.
It's Body Bag Ohio, the series.
Okay,
It'll be out on most streaming platforms. It should be on Tubi and everywhere else, and Amazon Prime, probably in the next 3 weeks or so.
okay, so you guys look for this, Body Bag, Ohio, right?
Yep, that's
Okay,
it.
there you go. All right, this has been Nessyp of Nessyp Entertainment. Back to you in the studio.